What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
I try to tell him. Oh yeah, I try to tell him.
New York State Bar passes mandatory COVID-19 vaccination recommendation. Shout out to the War Council General, form runner for this. Mary Beth Morrissey, chair of the Bar Association's Health Law Section's Task Force on COVID-19, said in a statement after the vote on Saturday, the authority of the state to respond to a public health crisis is well established in constitutional law. So they're going to use your own constitution against you, people. The New York State Bar Association on Saturday passed a resolution urging the state to consider making it mandatory for all New Yorkers to undergo COVID-19 vaccination when a vaccine becomes available, even if people object to it for religious, philosophical, or personal reasons. Now, please tell me where y'all think what we said took place yesterday, that it wasn't by design. Do you know how long it takes laws to pass and be drafted, passed, and all that? It takes years for laws to come to life. This has already been in the works. But what do we know? We're just a bunch of guys, on YouTube and whatever the case may be. So once again, shout out to the War Council. And New York, it starts in New York. And I'm sure other states like California and Florida. So this will be pretty much spread across the country. And then what's going to happen is they're going to give you essential workers a choice. You either work, to go to work, you're going to have to take the vaccine, or you don't. So they're going to use your livelihood against you. So, like I said, all those that talk about guns, liberty, and freedom, and then you got the other people that want to talk about leaving the country. Okay, we gonna see. We gonna see. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
We are making sure, as I said, that it's a whole of American approach. So let me pull the string on that a little bit for you. So clearly here in Health and Human Services, the CDC, the cornerstone, are experts that know how to distribute vaccine as they do every year annually for influenza, as they've done for H1N1, etc. Very talented group of people who know all the technical aspects and all the requirements that are needed to make sure that the vaccine, once we have it fill finished, we can distribute in a safe and effective way. So we're bringing this whole of America approach from government to industry, and we're bringing it all together to ensure that safe and effective vaccines are delivered to the American people in a timely manner. The time associated with delivery. We will begin distribution of the vaccine within 24 hours after emergency use authorization is approved. Right? And only after the science has determined and approved it accordingly, then we are poised and ready to begin distribution. Distribution will occur from our fill-finish sites, and we'll go to all 64 jurisdictions that we are responsible to ensure that they get vaccine for within 24 hours. So first, I just will say it is a large task, but it's a task that we are up for. And we're going to take a whole of America approach. That's why we're going to be able to do this. And we've been working on this now for over 6 months. Since the announcement 6 months ago on May 15th, we literally started planning accordingly. And it is the foundation of our planning started with the great experts at the CDC, and it's been extended to the jurisdiction planners so that we have a great collaborative plan on how to execute this together, right? And as the Secretary talked about earlier, we have implemented several mechanisms to allow other organizations inside of America to enable execution. Not one source or one organization will be responsible, but it's the collective group of us that will make this successful. So distribution of the vaccine will be based on fair and equitable availability of the vaccine pro rata to the population. So in other words, population of the state against the available vaccine will be distributed to each state. We have been working these numbers with the states for a little while, and every week that goes by, we are able to create a tighter shot group of the actual numbers and the allocations that will be available to each state as we get going. Distribution will be by jurisdiction. As I've talked about, I use jurisdiction in states, sometimes inappropriately. So let me define jurisdictions, 64 of them, 50 states, 8 territories, and 6 metropolitan cities equal the 64 jurisdictions.
I am Morpheus.
I try to tell 'em.